Hello dear students, welcome to the platform of Teacher Educator. Today let's know about the very first activity of your internship program, that is preparation of unit design. It is assessed for 10 marks in each of the soft core papers as you can see in the given table. Let's explore it. We are aware of the fact that the complex process of teaching involves pupils, teacher, physical and social setup, and a set of various tasks and activities specifically planned for bringing about modification among the students. So, it is well received that successful teaching certainly depends on a systematic planning, majorly by a teacher. At the beginning of an academic year, a teacher is entrusted with teaching of a subject. Therefore, she needs to complete the entire course or syllabus of that subject within that academic year. This planning will provide the teacher with the design or layout of the work to be executed during one complete year. Towards it, her first task is to plan the curricular and co-curricular activities, including the number of units or the chapters to be taught in a subject, the objectives of those units, total number of periods available in the year, the specific learning experiences to be given, and of course the testing measures or evaluation. Students, here we had a view about the teacher's long-term planning for one whole year. Yes, students, this long-term planning which a teacher plans for one complete year is called year plan. While designing a year plan, the teacher distributes the syllabus or course into units or chapters. Here, we need to focus on a significant point that when the matter in the textbook is not adequately grouped, then the teacher needs to reorganize and regroup the given subject matter into units. But that is not supposed to be done by you. Here, you need not to distribute the syllabus into units, as units are already presented or divided in the form of chapters. So each chapter is a unit for you. Now, when a teacher plans for a segment or a unit of teaching, we call it unit plan. Each unit may have some subunits, and the plan for each subunit is termed as lesson plan, which is prepared for a 40 minutes class. Let us understand it using an example. Here you see, it is the English textbook of 8th standard. Let us look at it closely. You can observe that English textbook contains some chapters in it, and each of these chapters is called a unit. Here, each unit is independent in itself in terms of theme, length, learning experiences, etc. So now let me explain the meaning of unit to you using this example. A unit is a logical and psychological meaningful subdivision of the subject matter having common theme or idea. Here we have seen in the previous example, all the chapters or the units have their independent themes. Second point is, units are organized to achieve certain objectives which may be similar, like for content and pedagogy of English or for the subject of English, all the units need to serve one objective, that is development of communication skills, that is LSRW, or your vocabulary, grammar development. All the units may solve the same purpose but in a different context, in a different manner. Third point is, units provide significant educational experiences. A unit can also be split into smaller subunits called topics, where for each of the subunit you may have an independent lesson plan. So far, we have understood about the meaning of unit. Now, let's move towards unit plan. While planning for a unit, we need to focus on 4 major factors. Among these, the first factor is objectives of teaching particular unit, which enables a teacher to know about why aspect of teaching that particular unit. Next factor is the analysis of the subject matter or content being presented in the unit. Here you get to know about exactly what you are need to teach, and specifically in how many slots you are going to complete that teaching unit. Next factor tells you about what kind of activities or learning experiences you are going to provide in order to achieve your objectives towards the completion of that very unit. Now, finally, you need to focus on testing procedures or evaluation, which actually provides an evidence of teacher success and learners' achievement. Let us move towards unit design. Here, I have taken an example of unit Mauritius. This unit, titled as Mauritius, may include nearly 3 to 4 pages with 8 to 10 paragraphs. So each paragraph or teaching point can be considered as the subunit. As you can see here, this unit is analyzed into 4 to 5 subunits. You can prepare a separate lesson plan for each of the subunits. Now, each lesson plan may serve or provide various learning experiences numbering from 5 to 8 and so on. So, in conclusion, we see that the content of unit Mauritius is analyzed into 5 subunits, leading to preparation of 5 lesson plans and finally providing multiple learning experiences during each of the lesson plan. Let's learn to prepare the unit design format. To design unit plan, first you need to create a cover page including name of the institution, academic year, semester, title of the paper, activity as unit design, submitted to and submitted by. Coming to the format, first you need to create a table, preferably on a A3 size sheet. This table has 9 columns where first column is of subunit. As it is told earlier, you need to analyze the content, dividing that into meaningful subunits. As you can see here, the unit Mauritius is divided into 4 to 5 subunits. Now, the next column is of teaching points. For each of the subunits, what the specific teaching points are taken are to be written in that column. Next column is of the required period. Your subunit, sometimes if it is of bigger length, you can take it for 2 periods. Otherwise, in general, each subunit has to be finished within 1 period of 40 minutes. Then, entry behavior. You need to enter or you need to write here the entry behavior of the students. When you are going to teach some particular units, you expect some kind of the mental preparation of the students related to the topic. So that expected entry behavior has to be written here in this column for that particular unit. The next column is of that instructional objectives. To teach a particular unit, a teacher always has some specific objectives in their mind under the different headings as it is demanded by your content and pedagogy of soft core paper, whichever paper you are dealing with. Here I have taken the example of English. So knowledge, comprehension, expression and skills I have taken here. So under this heading, each of this heading, whatever the objectives are planned, those objectives have to be written for that unit, subunit. Then instructional material. Overall for that particular subunit, what instructional material you are going to use has to come here. Then teacher's activity column covers all the major activities done by the teacher during the introduction, development, testing, recapitulation stages, right? And the next one is the pupil's response towards the teacher's activities has to be presented here. Whatever learning experiences you are going to provide to the students, major learning experiences are to be covered here. Then last one is for the evaluation. Here evaluation one point we have to keep in the mind. We evaluate the students' understanding during the lesson. So during the development stage also, if you have evaluated the concept, those points are also to come here, right? So this is about your each of the subunit presentation of unit design. This is an example of the actual unit design. You have seen that in previous table, there were nearly 4 to 5 subunits. Here you can see the detailed view of each of the subunit. Let us see closely. So here you see this is your unit. Title of the unit is Mauritius and subunit title you have given is Locating Mauritius in Atlas. Then towards your right hand side you can see the class or the standard for which you have prepared this unit plan. Then next one you see here, the first column is subunit 1. Okay, the next column here you can see of the teaching points. So here you need to mention the teaching points of your subject. This is an example of English. You can take the example of whatever you have to present, what unit you have to take of your own subject. Then here next teaching point is a language item, and so on. Next column is of required period. So for my this subunit I have taken 40 minutes class. So one class, one lesson plan, the period will be, the subunit will be completed. And we plan subunit not based on the paragraph in the given textbook. We plan the subunit according to the context or the theme, or one idea has to be completed in one subunit. Sometimes what happens, your idea gets completed little bit in a lengthier term. So what you can do, your subunit, if it is lengthy, you can prepare 2 lesson plans for one subunit also, right? So that can be done. Here your next column has to the entry behavior of the students. In this table that point is missed, so you can add it after this period. So what you can mention here is before instructional objective, entry behavior. Here in the entry behavior you should enter the expected previous knowledge of the students related to that subunit, which can come in 1 or 2 statements. The next one is the instructional objectives. So for teaching that particular subunit 1, what objectives you have planned in the form of specific learning outcomes, those objectives are to be mentioned. So here you can see knowledge, then comprehension, then down you can see expression, and later skills. So I hope that all of you know how to write the instructional objectives. So instructional objectives are to be written in the form of small phrases or small sentences can be written. Why? Because here the space is less. You need to just mention the major objectives which you have planned for your subunit. The next column is of the instructional material. In order to teach your entire subunit 1, what instructional material? That instructional material you are supposed to present. So flashcard and pictures for vocabulary words, chart for your quantitative adjective, chart for comprehension development or concept map, whatever you have planned, those instructional material you are supposed to enter here. Then here teacher's activity. Dear students, for the 40 minutes of the class, a teacher continuously keep on doing some or the other activities. The important point we have to note here is that we need to mention the major activities done by the teacher in the classroom towards the development of the teaching points. So major activities of the teacher, like for an example, vocabulary development with relation to spelling, meaning, use and usage, language item development through examples, then model reading, then comprehension development, etc. Right? Next column is that of pupils' activity. In response to teacher's activity, what are the major activities of the students are to be written under this column. So participation in the vocabulary development, participation in language item development by identifying noun and quantitative adjectives. Like that, specifically you can write some small statements under the pupils' activity. The last column is that of evaluation, where you see here we need to point that evaluation column, you need to write all those activities where in order to develop the concept, the teacher continuously, whatever the evaluation activities are done, to be written here, right? That is the point. Like construct own sentences. Here the teacher during the development stage might have taught that how to what is a word, what is the meaning of the word. Then in order to test whether the students understood the meaning of the words or not, teacher gave one activity of evaluation, that is construct own sentences. Then teacher might have given might have taught adjectives. So for that purpose, in order to test the learning of adjectives, the teacher has given an assessment activity that completes the sentence with suitable quantitative adjectives, right? So like that, you might give some of the worksheets also for your each teaching point there while developing your lesson. What all activities you are giving to assess the students' understanding have to come here. So here, as you can see, this is about your subunit 1. Same has to be done for your subunit 2. So dear students, what we have seen here is that your subunit presentation has to be in detail when you write your unit design. So, this was the layout based on which we designed unit plan. Dear students, I expect that you understood about the unit design format. Again, I specify that you can design your own formats and layouts in consultation with your teacher educators. Thanks and happy learning.